Today we're here to award the 7 nominees for the VELUX International Design Award. We are at the Design Academy in Eindhoven, but we thought it would be really interesting to get an outside perspective as to the future of window coverings. From our point of view, we also hope to gain the insights, the ideas, the creativity. We hope to see some kind of inspirations to future development.
When I was working with the project, I was wondering how to maximally simplify the design of the blind. I wanted to avoid any moving parts, because the more parts there is, the higher the risk of damage and more work involved in cleaning. So I decided to use only a part of the window glass, and put the graphene layer on it. I wanted to use an innovative material. It is graphene, because it's a great conductor of electricity and heat, so it's great for my project. I think that blind are very important in the situation when we can feel more intimacy. They are crucial in this situation.
Reflector pretends to make better daylight by contributing in more comfort, wellness, and it tried to make it in an ecological way. We thought that the quality of the light is so important during the daylight hours at home, as well as when there is no sunlight.
These are the solar panels. We wanted to make something magical. I have a VELUX in my roof. I used to think about it every night. We really loved that idea to watch the stars, the moon, the sun, and wanted to keep them inside the house.
We came up with the idea because the most annoying part of existing sunshades is that it's either opened or closed. And the big advantage of our blinds is that it's a gradual transition.
I think the innovation part of our design is that we used an application to control the mechanism. We think in the future more in your home will be controlled by mobile applications.
We chose a rhombus because it's a very efficient shape when it comes to the relationship between open and closed parts. It has the most open space to see through, which is most pleasant for the user. And a big advantage is also because of the transparency of the material. Even when it's completely closed, you still see the contours of the environment, so you don't feel confined and locked in your room.
My project is with a perfluid. Perfluid is a liquid. It becomes strongly magnetized in magnetic fields. It's in a normal condition, it looks like just a black water, but in a magnetic field, it's condensed and solidized. I'm always interested in adapting strategy of living things in our nature. So I'm such the octopus. The camouflage method of octopus is such an interesting for me because they can control the pigments. It's glass tube and it contains 2 other materials, opaque perfluid and transparent suspension liquid. And on the other side there is a linear magnetic, so I can control the level of magnetics into the perfluid can condense and solidize, and it can make an opening area and control the light.
My project is about a kind of geometry that can rotate on itself. Due to the mechanism, you can obtain you can obtain shades and light depending on the effects you want to obtain while you are in the room. This material, it's called Polarizing Film. With this material you can obtain the effect that you desire.
So the project is called Shaped Light, and it's an interactive window panel. It's reacting to the sunlight. And the idea behind was that the sunlight is there all the time, and as it's there all the time you don't really see it. It's somehow invisible. But it gets visible when you contrast the light with pieces of shadow, and that's what we did in the panel. It's a double-layered panel with openings, and they move in reaction to each other depending on the sunlight.
Our project is based on chromatic inks, which is photochromatic or thermochromatic ink. and they react either to sunlight or to heat change. The white ones were thermochromatic ink, so when it gets heated, it disappears, which remains, this just remains.
We'd like to using natural energy sources like sunlight, daylight and temperature.
VELUX already exists in so many homes across the world, and we thought that it was really interesting for us to, an already existing object in some household, to be able to somewhat innovate it or like rethink it without actually changing, let's say, a fridge, changing it into a spaceship, just into something that, a little twist that makes it so much more alive, or it makes it smarter. And I think that's the future of things. Like, things won't get more complicated, just more simplified, and with little kind of steps, not suddenly everything is going to be made out of glass and super conductive and whatnot. Slowly, through simplifying, I think that's the tendency of present civilization.
I think we had very different proposal in a way that some of them, they were more like close, let's say, to the production and more possible to be resolved in a shorter time, rather than others that were more like visionary and very different, and maybe it will take longer time, or maybe it's not even possible, but at least the both combination between something which is more real and connected to production and a vision, that was making everything very different and very interesting. And we could see also some, of course, some lines, some direction that the students follow regarding the possibility to personalize in the way of screening and interacting with the way of screening. So I think it's just not giving the possibility to close or open, but also some interaction more personal with the light.
It was very interesting to me how important and how influential this such a relatively small surface can be on the whole living environment. And so it's very exciting to see how many people concentrate on it and take it serious as a tool for a better way of life inside the house.